Welcome again to another episode of the Ascension Football Show. I am Kieran Edwards, and today on set we have with us the legend Ansel Elcock to take us through the Bahamas Trinidad game in the failed World Cup 2022 bid to Qatar. I personally felt the urgency was lacking in this game.
Yeah, it's true. I think it's about trust in the players, which I think.
Is it that Terry would say, Ansel, you need to go, or is it that you know? As we did before with the Puerto Rico Trinidad game in the World Cup qualifying bid to Qatar, we are analyzing the Bahamas game where we drew 0-0 to Bahamas. As we have on set, Ansel, pleasure to having you on set to analyze this game, brother.
Pleasure is mine, Kieran, Mr. Kieran Edwards.
Well, very few persons call me Mr. Kieran Edwards, but to have a legend like you, Ansel, calling me Mr., it feels warming to me. And so we want to go right into the game. As we did with the Puerto Rico game, we looked at things that we did well and things that we could have improved on. Knowing this is the second draw, this is really the game that sealed our fate in terms of not being able to qualify to the run of 8 teams in terms of World Cup qualifier, and even the playoff games not being able to advance. We want to go into it for us as fans, for us as supporters of the game, football in Trinidad. We want to see what really led us to the point of not being able to qualify for the World Cup 2022. So want to go, I'll pass it over to you, Ansel, for you to take us through the game and analyze the game.
Well, Ms. Karen, there's a lot of things we did wrong as players and as coaches towards this game. Actually, from the 10th minute, for the first 10 minutes in the game, we were keeping the ball, actually trying to play. And it's something we did not do
in previous games.
Yeah. So that was a plus. That one of the good things that came out of this game. But if you look at in the 10 minutes, from minute 1 to the 10 minutes, we're keeping the ball, but we're keeping the ball with, I would say, negative. Just keeping the ball in our area, just trying to pass it and passing it very slow. When we do attack, which was in 10 minutes, 46 seconds or something like that, we get one long ball that went over the Bahamas right back that we attacked, but yet still only 2 guys in the area. And it's a problem that I think is that we've been having getting players towards inside the 18-yard box. I don't know if it's because players are afraid of leaving the position and getting forward, the defense pushing up, wing backs overlapping. I don't know what the coach had to tell them about that.
But Ansel, knowing being a professional player, being a former national player, one of the players with the most caps for Trinidad and Tobago, so you played under a host of coaches, almost all the coaches that we had in the 90s, early 2000s. How much of that is coaching in terms of allowing the players to be brave? Because these are professional players. These players play in good clubs. Aubrey David won the league with Saprissa in his country. So we need to understand it's quality players, but the initiative by the coach in terms of allowing players to attack and to go forward and be expressive and be brave enough to do so. How much do you think of this type of behavior in terms of watching players?
It all have to do with the coaches. Because different coach, different style, different formation, different structure. But this year, if you look at it, because look at this is just the first 10 minutes, and look at our passing. We're in our defensive third, and just keep the ball rolling, just keep it rolling. Very slow, no energy, and this is the first 10 minutes of playing against a country that 201 ranked, FIFA ranking in the world. Yeah, and that's the kind of respect that
in your days, Ansel, would any coach allow you to play with that energy so early in a game? in terms of even if you keep any ball, the energy, the passes, nobody pinging in passes to each other is it's it's like a training session. Any coaches you play under would allow you to operate in that
No,
manner?
you want to keep the ball, but you want to keep the ball positive, and you want to keep the ball moving
Right.
as fast as possible. Slick passes, 1-2, nice 1-2s, and going forward, not all the way back and just keeping the two stoppers and the wing back. This wing back there is supposed to be higher up the field because it's one forward in between three defenders. Yeah, so that alone tells the story of the coach and the coach. Now the difference, as I say again, between the Puerto Rico game and this game is that we actually trying to
Keep
keep
it.
the ball.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Puerto Rico game from day one, we were
Yeah.
up top,
Yeah.
up top, up top, long balls, right? This here it is where we get our first opportunity. But look at it, 1-2. If 14 go inside, you get the defenders. Now the defenders, they had a think: should I
Yeah.
go with him? Should I follow him? So that they give them time to think. Remember, defenders are reacting, forward are acting. So by the forward movements, that would tell whether to give the crosser
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
to do
Yeah.
or what not to do.
Giving the forwards an opportunity.
Opportunity,
Yeah. So yeah, well, we see the pass, and I think even when you watch at this time here, when you watch the pass from wing back to stopper, well, I think they play with three in the back here. So the three defenders, they're really passing the ball slow. The ball barely even reaching in the next player. So we really need to work on that going forward. I think youths out there, yes, you want to keep the ball, yes, you want to possess the ball, but you have to have some intensity in terms of passing your rhythm, in terms of making the opponent move and exert that pressure. But when you move it that slow, attacker can walk across
Yeah,
it.
you can take your time and walk back and get
Yeah,
into
and get in
defensive
shape.
shape.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know,
So
you want to go from point A to point B, keeping the ball, but keeping it as fast as
as
possible
possible.
and
Okay,
as positive as possible.
okay.
As we move on to the other segment, what Bahamas did very well in this game is stopping the game, breaking up the game, players going down for injuries. As the game going, you would see, especially look at it, in the
Yeah.
second half, the little niggling foul, every time we get a rhythm, stop it.
Well, you think that was
Start over.
a deliberate ploy from the team in terms of making sure the coach sent them out. We need to stop them, break up rhythm, don't let them get in a free flow.
Of course, football is rhythm. If you look at it now, we passing the ball, but we passing the ball.
How you deal with that answer? Like, because players out there, young players out there, watching the show, knowing that all right, you are the better team, you are the superior team. You're ranked 103 in the world. They are ranked 201st. So we're talking about they're setting out to break up a rhythm. How do you counteract that? How would you, as a professional, deal with that?
Again, moving the ball faster. Moving because look how slow we are moving the ball, yeah? So time there, if you move the ball faster, yeah, and players get in and higher up the field, it's about movement of the players and the ball.
Right.
Yeah, so if you get an opportunity to get close to the ball, which we what you cannot foul me.
Yeah.
So it's simple little 1-2s, safe passes, bam 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 movements. So that I think they did pretty well in this game. And again, as I say, when you move into the second half, you'd see like every 5 minutes a player going down, they catch cramp, yeah. So with that, yeah, as time goes on, you will see. But look at this, backwards again. So that pass should have come in towards the center midfield and move it quick or across. Yeah. So instead of going all the way back,
Yeah, you eliminate the forward
yeah,
even being in the play.
yeah. So as we go on further in the game, you would see a lot. It's simple, but I'm still thinking this game, the passing of the ball was more and it was better than the first game.
Than the Puerto Rico, the
Yeah,
first game.
than the Puerto Rico game. As we move on to the other clip, minute 34. By here, if we actually had like a Sturgeon, a Dwight York, Arnold Derricker, anybody that clinical towards the area, we should have been here 4 or 5-0 up
In 35th minute.
in the 35th minute because
Okay.
we had at least about 4 or 5 clear-cut chances
Yeah.
and missed. Yeah.
So the guys, you're expecting, and I think it's expected of Trinidad and Tobago playing a team at the caliber. No knock on Bahamas, but you're expecting that when you watch the rest of the groups within these qualifiers, Ansel, teams winning 7-1, 8-0, 10. You're expecting Trinidad and Tobago to come out against Bahamas and no less than 5, scoring no less than 5. And when you're talking about being in the 35th minute and we are 0-0 to Bahamas, it's a concern for us as a nation in terms of how we moving, how we attacking. Why fellas throwing with so much? As you say, not being clinical in front of goal.
But it's been a problem for us so a while now. It's been a problem. As you can see, we're not getting because of Terry Fenwick style of coaching. We more backwards. We're not going forward. We're not getting enough players in the area. If you look at this here, with the amount of opportunities that we missed, this number 10 guy from Bahamas, show great strength. We should have been 1-0 down here again if they were clinical as well.
And this guy being played in this game as their left back. So coming up from left back, making this run, we could have, as you said, been down and being down to a team like Bahamas that, as you say, making little fouls would have been difficult to get back.
If you look at the build-up in this way, it is the guys like coming through the ball and the rest of midfielders just standing up and looking at him and hoping that someone win the ball so he get like a clear-cut opportunity at our goal. I mean, football, you want to be disciplined, you want to do your job, you want to do your role and your function. You don't hope that someone else do it for you. You know, you do what you need to do. You go on the field, you get it done, and you come out with a result.
And as you said that, the urgency, I think, Ansel, the urgency behind the team. We talking about we coming off the draw against Puerto Rico, knowing that one team is coming out of the group. St. Kitts doing well, winning their first 2 games. You know that the pressure is on. You have to play St. Kitts. So once you hold it and you continue, you win out, your fate in your hand. And in this game, the urgency was lacking. I don't know if it's from the coaching staff to implement it, the players themselves to understand the magnitude of Trinidad and Tobago qualifying to the next phase of World Cup qualifying. The urgency was lacking. I personally felt the urgency was lacking in this game.
Yeah, it's true. I totally agree with you. I think we were flat, more concentrating on conceding instead of attacking, you know. I think we have the quality of the players on the field so that we should just like teams like Bahamas and those countries, I think we should pay them no respect on the field and actual go at them.
Mm-hmm.
Teams like Puerto Rico, I mean, there are players now that playing all over the world from different countries, you know, but with the quality that we
as
have,
a collective, we have to go and push on to know that.
We have to go and push them and go on them and make them as easy as possible from the minute go. You know, you want to keep the ball again, but you want to keep it positive, set plays. Everything must come.
But how much in terms of the lack of intensity, how much of that you'll pay to maybe the players overlooking this game? Because this would have been the first of 2 games within this window. In terms of qualifying, and then playing this game and thinking, all right, we have this one in the bag. When you look at the lineup, no Highland in the starting lineup, the captain. You're thinking in terms of the coaching staff, you think it was a bit of looking past this game and not playing each game as they come, because we know as players, you play each game as they come. You don't study the game next week when you have a game today. Exactly. So you think how much of that you would pay to in terms of the lack of intensity to this game?
No, if you look at the players on the field with the market and all those guys, which means he went basically offensive minded. It looked like that with the players, with especially with the back three and the rest. Well, supposed to go forward, but
Yeah.
players, as I said before, I don't know if like he tell the wing backs come inside because look where our left back at,
Yeah.
right? Because it's 3-5-2, 3-5-2 or
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. It's a
yeah.
3-5-2 he
But
played
look
in
at
this
this.
game.
No, look, Levi with the ball here. No movements up top. None.
Yeah.
None. So if you want to put the team under pressure, you have to get movement. You got to get players buzzing. Buzzing. Just move one or two, not much, one or two footsteps. So you give him an option. So when he come in, at least he can just slip you in. He can slip in another guy. But when you get in, all guys just standing up. It's easy. As a defender, I happy with that
Yeah, yeah,
because
yeah.
I keep in my legs. The more I move, is the more my legs wear off. And if you get players just standing, I'm happy because I at my age right now, I believe I could have played
You could have kept up with this game.
easy,
In
easy,
this
very
game.
easy, yeah.
And yeah, well, any 40, yeah, we're talking about going into the half. You're seeing players warming up. I think even for the coach, the intensity, he saw something lacking because early he had guys going through their paces on the side in terms of saying, I need to change something in this game because we it had players getting their debut for Trinidad in this game. So we had young players playing the left back. We had Williams making his debut. We had Power coming into the game. We had Fortune playing in the midfield in this game. New players to the national setup. But something was lacking in terms of, I don't know much, the coach saying, all right, the importance, knowing the importance, having that elder statesman, normally, no Highland, Joven being the statesman in the team, how much support was given? It's a lot of new faces within the squad. How much do you think that played a part in this Bahamas game?
It will play a big part, but you as a player, all those guys played youth football. You would be nervous. Every game you play, you would be nervous. But you never, being nervous is a good thing, actually. But from your first touch, that gone. But you as a coach, what you need to do, you need to tell the players, yo, go out there, enjoy yourself, understand your role and your function, but do what it is you have to do.
Yeah.
So you as a coach need to build the confidence in the player. So you don't pick a defensive-minded player and you want him to overlap.
Yeah.
Because his natural mindset, he would be like, go
Yeah,
or
yeah,
don't go.
yeah.
Go.
Now you're creating doubt. You
Yeah,
put
so
him in
you're
a position
creating
to create doubt.
Especially you studying, especially if you go like once, twice, and you ain't get the ball. Now the third time, you hesitating because if it break down,
Yeah,
you're out of
yeah.
position. But when you're playing against a team in Bahamas, basically you can see 10 men behind the ball.
Yeah.
You don't need, you don't need three guys in the
Yeah,
back
yeah.
because it's one forward.
You're giving your wing backs room to
Room to
room.
go,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Push
you
high
open
up. Push
if,
high up.
if it's that you change the system,
Yeah.
and you go normal 4-4-2, so you have two in the middle, two stoppers, so that the wing backs and then the wingers come inside the wing backs and then come inside. You need players to keep going,
But
and going.
But Ansel, there's a debate going on right now. Terry Fenwick being a defensive-minded coach, and playing in this format of World Cup qualifying, not being the right man for the job in this format because we are playing teams lesser in quality than us, and not being a tactic-minded coach. We need to attack. We need to score goals. We are in a group stage. One team coming out the group, Ansel. And you're seeing the lack of goals from at this point. We're talking about 3 games in. One goal, very, very little goals scored. We scored 1 goal against Puerto Rico, a team that we expected to score 4 or 5. And now we're halfway through the Bahamas game, not a goal scored. How can he change? You're now mentioning pushing your wing backs. Would he be able to adapt to that style and attack? And maybe he's a coach to play And I wouldn't say play against USA because we got 7, but play against bigger teams where you had to defend, you don't have much of the ball.
I honestly think because I played under Terry Fenwick with Self Financial Jablete and played wing back, and I used to go all the time.
Yeah, but that's you as a player.
I used to go all the
But
time.
is it that Terry would say, Ansel need to go, or is it that you know, I mean, you're a professional from donkey years, so you know.
I mean, with CL Financial, we had players. I think it's about trust in the players, which I think Mr. Fenwick didn't have in these players.
In this group of players.
In these group of players, to say that open up and let's go, let's go and play. So it's safer for him as a coach to stay behind the ball or keep 5 or 6 men behind the ball so we can concede. Basically, if I coach and I sure I can take some players here, no disrespect to Bahamas national team, they did well because they came out with a result in this game, which I think is the first point they ever get in World Cup qualifiers. I mean, so them is a plus. It's a plus, which means they coach did something right. Yeah,
they did some work.
Yeah, but we need to do a lot better than what we did in the first half. Yeah.
All right, Ansel. So when we come back from break, we analyze the second half. Ansel is here going through the good points, the highs and the lows of the Bahamas draw. When we come back, we analyze the second half.
The situation we have here is that these characters, and I refer to them as pests, right? What they are doing is destroying our country, but not on my watch. No street, no turf, no block shall belong to these cockroaches, right? It's no longer business as usual. Happy hour is over. If they don't fear God, at least they will fear Terminix.
Have you considered how your methods could impact on pests across the country?
I find we look after the rights of pests as opposed to the rights of the 1.3 million law-abiding citizens in Trinidad and Tobago. I wonder if Roach Ladden's son come here for Carnival, if you'll interview him, eh?
But how could you defend one shot, one kill?
What? You want me to throw a pillow at him?
I didn't say that.
No, well, if a roach jumps in front of you now, what will you do?
Run.
Oh, Jesus, Lord Father.
Pests bothering you? Call Terminix at 672-5007 or 672-0042 or visit our website at terminix.co.tt for a free quote and consultation. Join our fight against pests.
Get in the game with Ascension. Quality for champions. Hey, Ascension! Ascension! Premium quality and style make you stand out all the time. Ascension is quality for champions. Ascension fit is always right. Take your game to higher heights. Ascension got the quality for champions. So everybody say, hey, oh, we wearing Ascension when we play. To run out on the field in style. What's the brand that we want? Ascension, Ascension, Ascension. We wearing what we wearing is Ascension. Quality for a champion. Ascension. We wearing what we wearing is Ascension. Quality for a champion. Ascension. We wearing what we wearing is Ascension. Get in the game with Ascension. Quality for champions.
Cafe is located at Magnificent Mall, number 271 Southern Main Road, McBean, Couva. Amanzi Del Cafe. Happiness begins with brew.
Lasso Frame Maritime Limited, the best in marina services. At our facilities, security checks ensures that all vehicles are secured. Our newly renovated bathrooms are always kept in a clean working order. Need repairs and maintenance? We have you covered. Our qualified workmen will get the job done. Boat storages. From our marina, you can easily push off for a family sailing trip. Or out fishing with the boys. Or a fun DDI experience with friends. Boat repairs, secured parking, extensive camera system, boat charters, boat rentals, down the island parties. Contact us at 1-868-634-1653. Lasso Frame Maritime Limited, the best in marina services. Life's better on a boat.
So as we are back, Ansel, we want to go through the second half of the game. So take it again, show us what we did well, things that we could improve on.
Thanks again, Karen. But as we leave the first half of play, right? Here it says you're in a must-win position. You have to win according to what's going with the results in the other game. So you want to take care of business here now, but you start back the second half in the same way in which you start the first half.
Yeah.
Same slow passes, no movements. Look at this. Look at it. So we almost like it's just going through the motion, just here, move, nobody overlapping.
Yeah, because we're in the opponent's
one
box.
guy, look at this. One guy. No, if you could look at it, they have 1, 2, 3 guys inside the 6-yard box.
Yeah.
Which is a plus for us because there is no offside. So you want to get numbers, you want to get your midfielders going in. So you go down the line and cross the ball, or you cross it, or you do like what England did against us in the World Cup. Take off a wing back and put your best cross to the ball, which is what at the time was David Beckham, to play wing back. So you cross it from deeper. But you need to get numbers in the box. You need to, it's the only way you can score.
So knowing that answer, knowing that here is a must-win game, because your margin for error was given up in the Puerto Rico game, so you have no margin for error in this game. First half being sluggish, starting off slow, throwing me a lot of chances. The intensity in that second half, I expected more coming out. We're talking we're in 50th minutes already. You're expecting more intensity coming out the gate from, because I'm sure these players would have gotten a air full in the dressing room. So you're expecting them to come out with intensity, with a fight, with a spirit. We need to score this first goal early, and give them 3-4. But we need to get this first goal early in the first 10 minutes, and I didn't see this from the team at all.
Well, I quite agree with you. Quite agreed with you. But again, it's all about coaching, all about the coaching. Because if I am the coach, we said from because we had the kickoff in the second half, from the whistle go, you play back the ball where you need to play it up, and you get again your forwards up the field, pass, pick.
And
As
get
a
it
matter of
from-
fact, with this game, I ain't even playing. If it is he want to play 3-5-2, yes, which means is more width, but your stoppers in the mini back, instead of being narrow, they need to open. Italy, I think, is one of the best
and
technically when it comes to that. So you see where when you have the ball, your stoppers and then cannot be narrow. They need to open.
Yeah.
Open, one in the middle, one, just for example, 18 in the middle, push up the pack. So you get now one, you go closer to the half line, one push in, the next one come wrong. So yeah, for instance, yeah, we in a must-win position, Mr. Curran. And look at our marking here from a set play. Look at this. Look at the number 10 from Bahamas, and who is that? Hackshaw?
That's actually, yes.
Hackshaw, look at this. A good service into the area here.
It's totally
And,
unmarked.
yeah, and we are 1-0 down. So which we ball watching, and if you look at all the previous games, we terrible.
But even Ansel, even from that, when the ball was cleared, so the ball is cleared, and the number 10 is still unmarked, he received the ball and had a shot on goal before anyone closed him down in that same play.
The same play again.
Yeah, that's
So
unacceptable.
that I'm saying responsibility. I don't think we have the mindset, the players, hey, come on. Because we used to be going at each other, hey, come on, you get the job done. And then you tell, hey, come on.
Yeah.
Like one mistake, too many, because in international football, one mistake and you lose 1-0.
Yeah. When you watch international football now, they're looking for that one mistake, and that's
one
it.
set play and you're done. So they score here with the problems that we have, that we've been having from all the previous games and from this game, getting all those opportunities and missing it. We have the problem here?
Yeah.
Look at it again. And this is it there. He
unmarked.
recovers, still reacting. Our defenders, look, or all of us, instead of coming out all together as a unit, spread out, looking where the attackers are.
We have six players that are bunched.
We have, in the back there, in the back last post.
Yeah.
So when, now defending is when the ball go forward, you as defenders, you push forward, looking where the attackers are. So in case the ball, so as when the ball going forward, you go forward. As soon as the attacker rests your foot on it, you stop. So you look over to know where it is.
Because
so look at this. This number 10. If he goes on his right foot, we 1-0 down also, or our goalkeeper front set had to make a good save. Because all the space is down.
There's
down
no
the line.
one there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But again,
we need to, and that's for young players. You're defending a set piece, a corner. You clear your lines. You push out, making sure getting some defensive shape, not staying in a bunch, because all our players.
we walking out.
Yeah, all
so
our
one
players are
tackle
bunched.
here. We have 4 guys last post, and nobody, 5 guys, and nobody reacting.
That ball could always be recycled and come back
of
in.
course,
So you have to pay attention to that.
And this is the problem here is not from this game alone. This problem been from all the games that Terry Fenwick as coach or as a coach.
So being a defensive-minded coach, Ansel, Terry, knowing that Terry is a defensive-minded coach, and having set plays like this, at some point it's a measure of concern. You can't be defensive-minded in your play and your structure, and then having set plays like this and players marking like this.
But as a defensive coach, you would have your staff.
Yeah.
So players, your assistant coach or your somebody to be taking stocks in these things, keeping a record, so you go over and you look over the game, so you see.
They can say, you're not marking, or you need to come.
So as a player, and you sit down after in your team meeting and you go through wherever.
But even with the set piece, Ansel, because it's something that I've been looking at the games and trying to figure out how are we marking on set pieces? Are we marking zone? Are we marking man to man?
No, with this, it looked like man. Yeah, it looked like man. Look at it. It looked man to man, man to man. Yeah, man to man. But nobody is reacting. After the ball play, we all stand up and ball watching, and we also flat-footed. So we can't react in time.
Yeah.
You need to be on your toes. You need to be touch tight. Touch tight meaning you can actually feel the attacker. So when you need to get to the ball first instead of the attacker.
Well, yeah, it's funny you're saying you're marking man to man here, but if you watch the play here, Ansel, when the ball is played, Hackshaw basically goes into a zonal defensive shape.
Hackshaw just switched off. He just switched off.
Yeah, because I mean,
and not only Hackshaw after the corner, after we tried to clear it and the guy slide tackle. Look at this, yeah. So now the ball go forward.
The guy marking, the guy on the post supposed to be coming out with that number 10.
Yes, we should have, instead, I don't know how, for what reason, all of us end up
on the penalty spot.
Yeah, on the penalty spot towards the right side of the goal. But we should have been pushing out this way in a line. Not all in one corner.
Because even the guy on the post, he ran straight
across.
Inside.
So which means he's concentrating on getting back in his position instead of
having the defensive shape from the set place.
Yeah, we lock up first, get it done, and then so we're concentrating on role, on our individual role,
not as
instead of team and making sure you get the job done.
Because after that set play, knowing in the past, a set play happens, you are a defender. No matter where you are.
That's why they bring you back there in the first
you are a defender. So you have to make sure that danger is cleared completely before you can even go back into if you're an attacker or winger or whatever. You have to make sure that is seen about and then go back into it.
As we move on to another part of the game, here it is. Bahamas have the ball in their area. A couple of good passes, but look how far we are from the ball. And we should have been the urgent team. We should have been the team pressing because we need the point. We need the point to qualify. And look at this. Look at number 13. Number 11 from the Bahamas team have the ball. He is our left back. Yeah? And look at this. From number 7, straight into him. Yeah? Guy make a good run down the line. Cut back. Number 21, look at this, Look at this. Look at this. Look at this here. Look how far. You need to get close to him so he can lift his head. So he can make a pass like that. Now, we had a good recovery after that, but things, simple little errors like that, you need to, we as players need to fix. This, I don't think this, the coach can tell you, get close, but you as a player, this automatically as a defender. Because, again, you get these skillful players, the gifted, the special players, room like that. He's not going to pass it.
No. Of course, he's going to take you. He's
going
to
take you on because he realizes you're free to come. You're neither here or you're neither there. So he going at you. You make a decision that you kick me down, or you foul me, you do something.
And he's on the edge of the box, so he can't commit too much. He can't really commit too much. If he fouls you at that point, either is a penalty or it's right on the edge of the box for a clear chance on goal. So.
Simple little things like that. He did well here by pushing him back.
Well.
But why is this one so free also? Look at this. You need to, and then...
Yeah, but when men pass, all right, so even the pass going into...
Look at this recovery.
The recovery.
Look at this recovery.
That's what I was going to point out the answer.
After that, he's done.
He came, he challenged, but the player continues his run, and the defender stops and watch him and say, that's somebody else. Let defender defend. Let defender defend Ansel.
Look at this. So he's just like 2 feet. Everybody else move and no. Simple things like that. And I think it all have to do with fitness.
Fitness.
Yeah, but you as a player in club football.
But Ansel, I hear people talking about fitness. How unfit this team could be against Bahamas. Bahamas, we talking about players playing in MLS players playing in the USL, playing El Salvador, players in league, in tournament, playing
But
football here.
remember, we were locked down. The country were locked down for almost a year. With the world, nobody did nothing. Yeah.
Everyone, you remember you said the world.
Everybody, the
So
world.
okay.
Yeah. But you as a player, you as an individual, you know your goals. You know what it is you want to become. You know where it is you want to reach. So you as a player cannot wait till you get called to represent a country to get fit.
So Ansel, when we look at all the games we play and people talk about fitness, is it that Trinidad is the only team that players didn't do any work? Because we're talking about Bahamas, ranked 101st in the world, 201st in the world. And players matching up where we're talking about fitness in this game. Ansel, that I think at some point we had it's about the individual players, it's about the coaching, and we had to take away the fitness at some point and say, because we're talking about this is 60th minute. Bahamas isn't playing any football to say that our guys should be tired, and we're talking about fitness. This is the first game out of 2. It's not even the second game. We're talking about fitness at this point, Ansel.
No, but to me as a player, if it is he fit, he would be able to get closer to the guy. Unless, for some reason, it comes from the side, leave him there and go, which I hardly doubt it will happen. Fitness have nothing, not only to do with exercising and running and so forth. It have to do with your diet, your nutrition. It have to do with all that. Your supplements, with all that. So I don't know what it is going on now with our national system.
Yeah.
But we need to, unless we get all that recovery, we need a recovery room. There's a lot of things that we in this country, we right now, as far as I see it, when compared to the countries and them that we have to match up with the US and in Mexico. I have friends that play with the US that is telling me right now, we're 20, 25 years behind them. I mean, it's true. And it's true. When you look at their development and their players from back then to where they are now, when they could go after playing a game and they go in a room and just lie down and recover. They have recovery room, the diet, they have nutritionists, they have somebody to come and test your body fat to see if you're overweight, all them things, you know. So there's a lot of different things that we need to get up to the times. Yeah. Our physios, our doctor's supposed to be one of the best that have, Mr. Babwa, if he's still there. Yeah, but we need to get up to the time scientifically towards the football, on and off the field.
Because Ansel, I would watch games and you'll see uniform, you're seeing behind the player back, you're seeing something poking up, you're watching them like they're wearing a vest underneath the jersey. When I watch Trinidad play, we don't have anything like that, monitoring their heart rate.
Yeah, no, we have vests. We have the vest, the normal white Hanes vest.
Hanes vest.
But that what I'm saying when it comes to like things like the oxygen tent and things so forth, we use halftime before the games. I don't even think, I don't want to say that our administration don't know about it with the heart monitor that we have, so that with the little thing in the back,
the GPS,
GPS, so that you can take it out and plug it in a computer and know much running that you do and you do other things. And I don't know, let me say, I do not know if our federation right now is dealing with it, or if we have that, if they're renting it from somewhere, I don't know, but
we need to get, because it's, when we're talking about playing at Bahamas, must win, we must be able to go out there and give 100 every play, every possession, to know that, all right, we getting this job done within quick time.
We can be playing Bahamas, Mexico, US, Argentina, Brazil, anybody you're playing, you need to go out there and play to 100%.
Yes, and be able to compete.
To your best, to your ability. Because I remember we played the same team, basically. We're together with Guerra and one or two little individuals because the team will twist. And we played against Argentina, and Argentina lost 2-0.
Yeah.
So what is the difference between then and now? And basically it's the same team.
Yeah, more or less it's the same. Same squad.
As we on to the 89th minute here in the game, and where you see that Bahamas, the only person did not go down with cramp in this game was the goalkeeper. Yeah, because other than stopping the play every 5-6 minutes, breaking up the play with a little niggling foul or not, every 5-6-7 minutes, one of their players keep going down on the ground with cramp to stop the rhythm of the game. And our coach, up to now, say, well, all right, desperation time. Look at my guys we still have behind the ball. If it's me, I actually, all the forwards on my bench because we need to win and they're not attacking.
Yeah. And then when you pour your forwards, you make them react now. They go deeper.
Exactly. Yeah. So you spread it out across the park and you play because you need a result. This game is the main game, the major game. And other than that, you could deal with Sankits after.
Yeah.
But this game, you need to win. You need to win. So you need to play. You need to look at this. We still have 2 guys in the 89th minute.
Yeah.
Where you need numbers up there.
91st minute, we'll be talking that.
Exactly. So which means you're trying to leave the results up to the other team to do your job. Yeah, that is a no-no.
Well, and
you take care of your business.
Yeah, I agree with that. And we didn't take care of business, and this was the result of us being out of World Cup qualifying 2022 to Qatar. And still, as we did in last game, the Puerto Rico game, we have some fans on our media platforms ask a couple questions, and I hope you can answer to the best of your ability. And still, I know you have the experience and the ability to do so. So we want to take a break and come back into the questions from our fans online.
Pest control is a pain, but you don't have to go it alone. If you're a business that needs someone who will fix your problems point blank, go with the brand that's tested. Go with Terminix. Born almost a century ago in Memphis, Tennessee, Terminix International's mission has been to spread its innovations across the world through its integrated pest and termite management system, reducing the infestation of pests and vermin. Our Trinidad franchise neutralizes the threat of tropical insects and ensures that companies, from food production to hospitality, protect their investment and get the maximum value from our relationship. And we've been doing it well for over 20 years. Termites and pests are relentless, but they're no match for Terminix. Contact us today for a free consultation and quote, and let's introduce you to convenience. Protect your premises today. Choose a service provider that persists. Talk to Terminix.
Pests bothering you? Call Terminix at 672-5007 or 672-0042 or visit our website at terminix.co.tt for a free quote and consultation. Join our fight against pests.
Get in the game with Ascension. Quality for champions.
Hey, Ascension! Ascension! Premium quality and style make you stand out all the time. Ascension is quality for champions. Ascension fit is always right. Take your game to higher heights. Ascension got the quality for champions. Now everybody say, hey, oh, we wearing Ascension when we play. To run out on the field in style. What's the brand that we want? Ascension, Ascension, Ascension. We wearing what we wearing is Ascension. Quality for a champion. Ascension. We wearing what we wearing is Ascension.
Get in the game with Ascension. Quality for champions. Lasso Frame Maritime Limited, the best in marina services. At our facilities, security checks ensures that all vehicles are secured. Our newly renovated bathrooms are always kept in a clean working order. Need repairs and maintenance? We have you covered. Our qualified workmen will get the job done. Boat storages, From our marina, you can easily push off for a family sailing trip. Or out fishing with the boys. Or a fun DDI experience with friends. Boat repairs, secured parking, extensive camera system, boat charters, boat rentals, down the island parties. Contact us at 1-868-634-1653. Lasso Frame Maritime Limited, the best in marina services. Life's better on a boat.
Amante Del Cafe is located at Magnificent Mall, number 271 Southern Main Road, McBean, Couva. Amante Del Cafe. Happiness begins with brew.
So as we are back, Ansel, a couple fans wrote into the show, and they want to find out a couple of things about the national team, about the game that we played, about the qualifiers. So I want to dive right into it. So the first one is from Michelle from Pinal, who wanted to ask, she's seeing the logo on the national team jersey, the print on the side of the jersey. She's wanting to ask, what connection does that represent to the Trinidad and Tobago national team?
Actually, that is basically a question for the Trinidad and Tobago Federation to answer. I wouldn't know. I myself do not know what it is about. It looked to me like a tribal symbol.
It looks like a Indian chief with the headgear and whatnot.
Yeah, I was expecting either a steel pan or a hummingbird or
something connected
to our to we as Trimbagonians, but not tribal.
Tribal chief. I don't know. So, but we would reach out to the TTFA and get some comments on it and see where that goes, so I could be able to furnish you with the answer at a later show.
Oh, definitely.
Frank from Mover Ansel asks, what could be done to help enhance our goal scoring ability, because it's a lack of goals. So he wants to know what we could do to help get more goals.
Push more players forward. Asking the midfielders, get some box-to-box midfielders. Asking players why to get forward and get back. Things like that. Okay. You can't expect to play with one forward and expect one guy to go in between four defenders and all the rest of the guys staying back. We need to get more players forward.
Because, Ansel, watching at different groups, at the groups in this World Cup qualifying and how it was set up, every team that qualified out of their group, because one team qualifying out of the group had a plus 12 goal average. We're talking about, at this stage, after this game, Trinidad having under 10 goals. And we are trying to be and I think everybody had us as the top team in the group. We are not there right now, but I think the lack of goals would I think that the lack of goal would have been the detrimental to our
Of course, you don't
qualifying.
score, you don't win. You don't score, and the other team in score is a draw. And I don't think football is about that. Football is about results.
And especially in a group stage,
In
I
a
don't
group
think
stage.
you could get 3 draws out of your group and expecting to qualify and one team coming out.
Unless the third place team going through. Because,
Well,
because the team will win.
Yeah, unless. But when you're talking about 4 teams in a group, 1 team qualifying, you can't expect to get 3 draws. You can't be looking to draw.
You need to get, from first game, you need to get results
You
to
need
make
to
it
get
as easy as possible.
to the end.
Yeah.
Going right ahead, Ansel, from Facebook, Mark from Malabar asks, who should take the responsibility for these poor performances, the coach or the players?
Definitely the coach. Definitely. They don't fire players, they fire coaches. So definitely the coach.
The coach should take this responsibility and watch the poor player. And
have to, because when you look at mistakes from the Puerto Rico games and the Bahamas game that we just looked at, it's simple errors. Simple errors. Not getting enough guys up top. Not even in the 89th minute and you playing against Bahamas, you must get a result. And the 89th minute, and you still have 2 guys up top between 6 defenders and all our men is in the back. So which means you're looking for a draw against Bahamas and hope that the other team do your job by beating St. Kitts. So definitely the coach.
Okay. And Thomas from Tunapuna said, do you think Coach Terry Fenwick could do anything better to enhance the performance of the team?
Terry Fenwick get his opportunity, and to me as a player, as a former international player, what it is I see in the games that Terry Fenwick played is a no-no. I don't think so. I don't think he has the way of motivating the players to get them energized to go to midfield and run for him. And as a coach, his psychological part in coaching is one of the major part in coaching, getting the players to believe in themselves, believe in you as a coach, and coming out there and representing their country. Is every player dream is to play, to represent their country. But the energy other than fitness comes from the coach, from motivating you. And I don't think he has that at this point of his career.
Okay. Ansel, it's been a pleasure again, brother. As I said, most persons will look at you as an icon, as a legend of the game, and we appreciate the time that you took to come to the Ascension Football Show to give us your knowledge, to analyze the games. And when we will feel free to call on you again.
You can call on me anytime, man, anytime.
Yeah, we would call on you again.
It's a pleasure being on this Ascension Football Show.
All right. That's it for another Ascension Football Show. Please join us on all our platforms: Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and at the Ascension Football Show website.